So obviously somebody cleaned this up,
Yeah,
repainted, make it look cool.
I did the restoration on
You
it.
did the restoration on it?
Yeah.
Pretty cool, yeah. So I got a very similar one actually sitting right as you're walking in up front on that shelf. A little bit more like a baby blue color.
Okay.
I shouldn't be doing this, it says fragile. Hey guys, Pete over here. So I know what it is inside this package. I ordered this on eBay, but the reason I want to show it off because for those of you who are new to reselling maybe on eBay or just sell few items on eBay, please don't do this. Save yourself a few dollars. This one shows here that somebody paid this for USPS Ground Advantage $8 package. They went physically to the post office because it says on this label retail, so they physically went, they weighted this, and they sold them a label for $8 just from Michigan. This is literally one state away for $8. This package is probably maybe 6-7 ounces. That's about it. This shouldn't be costing you more than like $4.21 or $4.56 when you buy directly a label from eBay or any service that you can use online and save yourself some money. I'm gonna open it because I still want to show it off. It's pretty cool. But if you are brand new to reselling, please get yourself a printer, preferably thermal printer, and start printing your own labels so you can save substantial amount of money, especially on packages that will go farther and heavier. So, but let's open this up. It's a very cool piece that I bought that I'm gonna use it in one of my lamps that I'm working on, steampunk lamps. Few videos before I bought this steering wheel, cool steering wheel that it's made out of wood. Well, for that steering wheel I purchased this. This is a speedometer, speedometer from an old vehicle that I'm gonna install within that lamp somewhere. So with that steering wheel and this, I think this is gonna be pretty cool. So it was packaged well. He did a good job. He put, in a sturdy box with some filler in there and then put fragile on it. So good job, but definitely you could save some money on that label. I like that thing a lot. This is pretty cool. Actually better condition than I expected. Anyway guys, let's get into today's video. Oh yeah. Almost forgot.
I put on all the new locks. They were all supposed to be the same, but they're not keyed the same.
You gotta match them.
Okay.
So, yeah, we gotta label them.
Okay.
So each case is gonna be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and goes in a circle. But we got twice as many keys,
Okay.
and we mixed them up. We opened them. So
I
now,
assumed they were all keyed the same, so I just...
Okay. Yeah. No big deal.
So you got like, what, 32 keys or something there?
for 10 cases. We're just screwing around with you.
Oh.
One key for all the locks.
Oh, I would have told him. I'm like, cool.
No, you would have been here for hours.
I'm like, okay.
Oh, what do you guess?
Let me clear my schedule.
So I picked this up the other day from the same gentleman that you guys saw the video a few days ago about the Japanese katana, the samurai sword. He brought this in. I wish he brought me 2 of these. These are antique handles, but not just an ordinary handle that you would put like on a barn door. This has initials of C and NW on it, which stands for Chicago Northwest Railroad Company. Very, very cool piece. They used to have these actually on like railroad caboose, carts, to open and close the single door that would be on it, or double door. So like I said, I wish he would bring 2 of them, but he only found 1, because I think I'm gonna take this up north and utilize this on a outbuilding that I'm gonna build after the cabin is done, and I was thinking to put like barn doors in there. So at least one I'm gonna have a cool one like that original, and maybe the other one I will I'll get it from somewhere else. Very cool piece. There's also a number here that it's probably associated, showing just a number of the caboose that was on or something like that, so they can track it. A lot of history here. I wonder what was inside that card.
Yeah, so there's a couple
So-
different.
TJ?
TJ, and then what is this?
Andreas?
Yeah, you might be right.
Andreas and Company.
Yeah, so there's a few different spots for markings for companies. So there's that one, and then I believe what is the company that distributed this.
Okay.
Um,
So you can see it somewhere on actual parts.
Yeah.
Yeah. So obviously somebody cleaned this up,
Yeah,
repaint it, make it look cool.
I did the restoration on
You
it.
did the restoration on it.
Yeah.
Pretty cool. Yeah.
So
I like it
That's
how
for
you
making
made this
candy,
to look
though?
like a gold, but it's or coppery color.
yeah, I believe it's brass. I just cleaned it up.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah, they usually put their markings all over the stuff. Yeah.
yeah, there you go.
Ah, but this is different name than this though. So I think the company who made the gears and the because this is where you put different things.
Yeah, it's
So
re-rolled.
as you're rolling, it will print out whatever you decide to put in it. I think in those.
Yeah.
And this one is made by V, OLED and Sons in Philadelphia. Still pretty cool. I mean, overall, everything is here.
Yeah. The only thing that is missing is it had like a wood base that it got
Oh,
bolted.
I see. Okay,
It got bolted into.
And I think that probably wasn't even original to it, because this was made to put it on any kind of bench that you have or
Yeah.
any desk or.
Yeah.
I like this. This is pretty cool.
You can make your own candy, like Petey Wonka's or something.
I did test drive it once after restoring it. It did work.
What did you put through it?
I made a fresh candy. So
Yeah.
I made the I
Like almost like a taffy.
not really a taffy. It was like a hard candy base. And once it starts to harden, that's when you feed it through and it crushes it into the shape.
It's almost like if you were make, what am I thinking of, Candy Kings, where it starts off kind of like,
Yeah, that
I don't know, almost like a dough, and then it
yeah.
gets hard.
The company that I looked up, because I had an easier time finding the one that was on these
gears?
pieces. Yeah.
Okay.
And it said that they like kind of found a little information about them opening and closing. I remember because it was last year that I
Okay.
looked it up. It was from 1850, like 1 or 2, and then they closed in like 1902.
Makes sense. I mean, that's probably correct period, or at least maybe the patent was issued at that year. The actual piece might be, a little bit later.
Yeah.
Just the way I'm looking how the nuts are, although this could have been replaced to maybe the nuts on top. Because usually back in the day, see the ones that are back here, the square ones?
Yeah.
That's how they would have the regular nuts, not so much like this.
Yeah, because the only ones I could find, I mean, they were similar, not the exact same one. Found quite a few on eBay, but I could never find one that had been restored. They were all rusted up, beat up. And with the coloring, I tried to get it as to the original coloring, because there was a little bit of the original coloring on there. But I stripped all the old paint off, because it was rusty, it was dirty. Fully cleaned it, stripped all the paint off, especially since it could have been lead paint, depending on how old it was. And then I matched the paint color best I could.
And I did find one similar on like Worth Point, but not exact. Like this
No.
one almost has like more legs.
Yeah. Yeah, there's quite a few different
Yeah.
companies that have
So I'm finding this kind of looking one. Two different style of molds on them.
Yeah.
But from the same company, TJ Andreas and company. So this one is kind of even more kind of intricate looking and
'cause yeah, when I go on things like eBay, I find some, but they're not always, they're different
The same,
brands.
Yeah.
People are selling just the rollers, which is
Like side profile, that one looks closer, but a
Yeah.
totally different company.
here's one looks similar. They do have like an extra set of these.
Yeah.
different designs, you know, of the rollers. And they were asking $2,000 on this. Well, this is available. You can buy this right now on eBay, you know.
Yeah.
Oh, look at this one. Actually has like months. What is this? August.
Looks like a design you can put in your can. That actually
Yeah.
might be a custom made
roller. Yeah. That one is cool. Interesting piece. Here's my little dilemma on this. I don't know if it's good and bad that you actually restored this the way you did.
Okay.
Meaning like, you know, painting in this color, although I know this could be kind of stripped if somebody wanted to, you know, but because both of the ones that actually sold that I'm looking at were not touched. They were like original patina, you know. Here's one. This one sold for $2,672. Different brand, different company, but same kind of, you know, design. And this one, look, they were asking $4,000. They took a best offer, it's crossed off. Also made by a different company. Although this one I think is a little bit bigger than yours overall. See how big it is?
Yeah.
So this is a good size. But both of them are like original patinas. Nobody touched them.
I mean, if you wanted to, the paint would probably come off pretty
Yeah,
easily.
you could.
But yeah, I just wanted to try and match its original color best I could. I used all food safe paint so that it could be.
And this looks to me like original. You just cleaned that off, right? Like this is the original brass now, but this is painted though, right?
No.
The rollers?
No.
No?
I didn't. Yeah, all I did to the rollers was took a wire brush and I scrubbed them all down.
So it looks like almost like a glittered goldish paint on it, you know?
Yeah.
So really the only paint then on it is the base, right?
Yeah.
The base and couple screws here, yeah.
And the screws I did paint because that's how they were originally done.
Originally?
They
Okay.
were painted.
What would you want to get out of this? What are you thinking?
Well, that's part of the reason I brought it in here because I'm not the greatest at evaluating things like this. I mean, I would like to get, you know, maybe a few hundred out of it just because it is, from what I've seen on, you know, the eBay listings and everything. I'm just...
Yeah. So I don't have anything to compare from this brand, you know, from this outfit, from TJ Andreas. When you did Google Lens, did you find anything else, Ryan?
Just a bunch of different variations from different companies.
Okay.
Not really anything exactly like that.
Now, do you think, and this is just asking, do you think maybe find, you know, the harder, you know, it is to find the brand, do you think that could maybe be worth more? It's harder to find their products, or?
Yeah, because obviously they probably made a little bit less of them, so there, you know, not many of them survived.
Yeah.
So that could actually add value to it. But that also tells you, okay, if there was a popular company that did good stuff out there and people wanted to buy it, that's what collectors want too. So it could play both ways. See, the only thing that I'm kind of questioning here, they're writing in here that actually the company who made these, right, the rollers, didn't get incorporated to use that name till 1896. And then in 1902 they got acquired by a different company, because originally they started in 1853 just by V-Clad, and we have two names on here. We got V-Clad and
it's Clad and Sons.
And Clad and Sons, yeah. And then at some point his son Valentine took over, so that's when you're seeing the Sons add on to it, which happened in 1893. So that gives me thinking, and then they sold it off in 1902. So it had to be within that 10 years.
Yeah.
You know, so we have a pretty good narrow down when this happened, right at turn of a century, late 1800s, early 1900s. You know.
Yeah.
I would be interested, but I'm gonna be straightforward, honest with you. I think because you restored it the way you did, I wouldn't want to pay for this more than like $500. So I don't know how much you got in it. I don't know how much work you put in to get it done. But the way it sits, I think I'll probably get like $1,000 out of it. You know, that's what I'm thinking.
Okay.
So I'm willing to offer you half of that, which is $500.
Honestly,
Now it's totally up to you. I don't know what you got in it.
honestly,
But that's,
I would take that just
you want
because.
to do that?
Yeah.
Okay.
Comparing
To the ones that I seen, of course they're different brands. I mean, different name, and they're a little bit bigger. It's not exactly comparing apples to apples, you know, but at least similar ballpark. So if you're okay with $500, we have a deal.
Yeah.
Awesome. All right.
Thank you.
I will need your ID,
Yeah. Hold on.
and I should have asked you before. You do have a state ID or a,
Yeah.
Okay, because you look pretty young, man. I was gonna, you know, you look like you were 15 years old. So
I turned 18 on the 15th.
perfect. Okay. Well, hopefully you found this somewhere at the garage sale for $20 or something like that.
I got it for free actually.
And even better.
Someone was just getting rid of it. I don't think they knew what it was.
Right.
It's kind of like the sword story then.
Yeah. So I just recently, the last video that we uploaded, right? Gentleman brought me a samurai sword that turns out to be from 1600s, worth thousands of dollars, and he got it out of a dumpster. People came in, they were cleaning out the storage, and they were throwing everything into the dumpster, and he asked, can I get some things out of there? And one of those things was the sword. So anytime that you can bring something, you know, back to life, back to the market, and save it out of the dump, it's awesome. It's your copy. All right, 100, 2, 3, 4, 20, 40, 60, 80 makes it 500. Okay.
All right.
Appreciate you, man.
Thank you. Yeah.
Thank you very much. Pleasure meeting you.
And yeah, I could take a look around.
Roam around. Maybe you can spend a couple dollars now.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
I was gonna film it, but I know you don't like to have the same people on 2 consecutive videos in a row, so. The same kid you bought that candy machine from.
Oh, we
this
gotta use it. Did you bring some Play-Doh so we can run?
I did.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So he brought this vintage speedometer in.
No, this is like the for the cops
Or,
to use.
radar gun, I mean.
Radar gun.
Yeah.
Yeah. Wow.
And I tested it with our plug inside here. So this, from what I understand, is supposed to be like the tuning thing. So you make it ring and it.
50 miles per hour. Okay.
So it read like 50.1, 50.2.
Does it make any sounds or just read out?
No, it just kind of read out, but
Let's plug this in. I like to check this out.
I thought maybe we could see how fast Kevin could ride his bike or something.
No, it has to bounce off metal and stuff.
Does it?
Yeah, I don't think. But we could technically, physically open the window and maybe shoot it through the window.
Yeah.
Something.
Maybe we could put a sheet of metal on Kevin while he's
It
on
does
his
have
bike.
a volume here, so it automatically reminds me, like, you know, of
So you look at my it's
Smokey and the Bandit, you know.
it's the Kevin 15.
K15. 25, clock him. 25.3, I got him. You see that? It works. Really good. So this came with a catalog, and the catalog is from 1991. And this model is right here. This one is listed here, the K15. This was $550 in 1991, so almost 25 years ago. Well, 23 to be exact. Wow, but it looks like it was made in 70s, I swear to God, like Smokey and the Bandit would have this or something, but still pretty cool. So this will probably never sell here in the shop. Perfect item to throw it on eBay, kind of list it and forget it item, you know, put it out there for $100 or so, and eventually somebody's gonna pick it up, maybe for some who knows, maybe end up in some kind of, you know, movie, or, you know, like a prop, you know, that we sell a lot of things like this to the prop houses for Hollywood and stuff. So very cool.
I just figured, you know, the machine would press it to the proper thickness.
So Ryan brought some Play-Doh here. This is the machine that you guys saw earlier that we bought, and Ryan bought some Play-Doh. Obviously this is the second day after we bought it because we needed to get this. I wanted to see how this is work. But in order for these teeth to like do this, I think it has to be on the edge, right? So I can keep turning. So I have space here. But then this is like so tight. Is it supposed to be so we just cutting out little squares?
I would assume so.
Because if it's too much, this Play-Doh is gonna go everywhere, like squeezed out. You know, it's gonna be a one big mess. Here we go. Here we go.
It's kind of working.
Yeah, look at that. Look at that.
What are you gonna call your new candy line, Pete?
Candy line looks like a keyboard. Craigslist Hunter keyboard. But how would you break off these pieces? You know how you have it in regular?
So what he explained was like this would almost be like how they make candy kings. It would be like soft when it's hot, and then once it cools, it gets really hard. So I would assume you just break it when they.
Yeah, look. Look at that.
You know, when they get solid, you probably could just drop it on the table and they'll all split apart.
This is cool. This is over 100 years old and still working. Find me a tool these days that after 100 years
Kevin,
is
you
still
want
working.
to try?
What is it?
It's so
Candy.
Yeah, is that orange?
cool. Like gummy bears.
Oh.
So cool. Hey guys, it's Otto here. Can I get a thumbs up for the YouTube algorithm? It will really help us out. All right, so you don't want to use it as a personal computer anymore?
Cool.
All right. So I got a very similar one actually sitting right as you're walking in up front on that shelf. A little bit more like a baby blue color.
Okay.
A little sticky. A little bit smaller one, I think that one is. Yep. She's still typing, the ribbon is still good.
Probably just need some oiling or something, maybe if it's.
The bell is still working. I mean, what do you want to get out of it? I have this one, I have one more in the bag, which is a gray one, not very
I think
desirable.
the blue are more just the blue are the more popular ones. I
There's blue, there's green. Pink one is the most desirable.
think. Really?
I guess they didn't make many of them and just people like them for decorations and stuff. The ones that I sell really well are also the ones from early 1900s, like 1925, 1930, the big, heavy Woodstock, you know, cast iron ones.
Well, what would you give me for that? Here's the key for the case it locks.
Oh, okay, nice, yeah. 35 bucks.
Which one do you think is the best flavor?
You give me 50?
Classic 12. Let me look this one up, see what this one brings.
Okay.
Because since I got a couple here, I probably will end up putting this online. How are you guys?
Seen one of those in a long time.
Yeah.
Used to do my papers in college on those. One of those.
So-
I used to do my term papers on those.
I'm gonna be honest with you, on this particular model, I don't want to go any higher. Look, I mean, this is what they're roughly like bringing in that color. I'm looking at sold items on eBay, what sold within the last 90 days. 25 bucks, $33. This color, like a gray one, went for more money.
That's great.
Here's your blue. This is like the highest one, 59 bucks. You know what I mean?
How about 40?
35, I think it's very fair. If I do end up going online and I get 60, I gotta pay the fees, all the shipping, all this stuff. I can't go any higher on this.
All
I'm
right,
sorry.
that's fine.
So if that works for you, I'll do that. But that's kind of top of my game on this
Okay.
particular machine, you know. So
Don't forget the keys in there
Yes,
so it doesn't
yes.
get lost.
I do need your ID. I'll write you up.
I have some old cameras.
Like 35 millimeter, old film, you mean, or digital?
I have a Polaroid one,
Okay.
and I don't even know. I
So
would
that
have to
stuff I have to look up. There's some that will still bring good money. and there's some that just are not worth selling, period, you know.
Well, I
So-
could just bring, it's small enough where I could
Yeah,
just bring
definitely.
it. My daughter lives in Crystal Lake, so I can,
20,
I come
30,
up this way.
35,
Thank
okay?
you.
Yeah, if you ever swing by that way, just throw them in a car and
Yeah, I could swing by. It was nice to meet you.
pleasure. Yep,
Thank you.
Thank you, you're welcome.
And I'm gonna take a quick peek of what else you got in the bag. Good luck. I hope it goes to somebody that,
Yeah.
you know, can use it. It's in good shape. I took good care of it. Oh, look at the kitty in the box. She actually curled up in the whole real tiny box.
Look at her, yeah. You'll see another cage in that room too. We got another bird in the back room too.
It's cute. Do the bird and the cats get along?
Oh, they get along.
That's good.
So I wonder if any of you knows. Yes? I wonder if any of you guys know what I'm holding in my hand. This looks like just a little black box. But it opens up like this. It has drawers. And this is supposed to represent a little box, well, like a real box for either Snap-on or Matco, but mainly Snap-on. This is a miniature box. They're very popular. 90% of the time you see them in a red color, the original Snap-on red color, and it would have had a logo from Snap-on. It would say Snap-on on it. I bought this one from a gentleman who actually received this as a gift, I think back in the day working for Chrysler, and it would had a Chrysler name on it, and that actually fell off. The Chrysler tag that was in here fell off. So very cool, very desirable, because in this black color with this gold edging. I hardly ever see anything done like this in black and gold. So this one we're gonna put again on CraigslistHunter.net on auction, starting at $1. And the auction is gonna, I haven't decided if it's gonna be 3 or 5 day auction, but very, very cool piece. All you gotta do now is find just a sticker or a logo for Snap-on, put on it, and you have a really cool piece. So look for this on auction. If you're watching this video, it's, well, I can't say that, because somebody might be watching the video 3 months later and this is gonna be already gone. So, but anyway, usually the stuff is gone within a week when I do the auction. So very cool piece. All right, postcard time. 651, 652, 653, 654, 655, 656, 657, 658, 659, and 670. Guys, thank you so much for watching. I appreciate you. As always, have a great day. Cheers. As always, have a great day. Guys, thank you so much for watching. I appreciate it. Cheers. So this ending we had to shoot 3 times because I kept forgetting my line. Guys, thank you so much for watching. I appreciate you. I'll catch you on the next one. Cheers.